Here we are.
Hello,
Hello,
everybody.
everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
Hap-
Woohoo.
Happy Sunday,
Yeah.
Aley.
Happy Sunday, Jean. It's a gorgeous day out here in the Pacific Northwest. How is it there in the east side of the world?
It is also very gorgeous here on the East Coast, and
Oh,
um,
great.
it's just the humidity is not too bad, and it's nice and sunny and
Really?
crisp and clear.
Okay. That's always good news because out here we don't have the humidity like you do. But I know you've also had some really, really hot weather, some 90s and hundreds, and yeah. So that's a little hard to bear. But good, I'm glad to
Yeah,
hear that. I'm glad to hear
yeah.
that.
It was
That's
sweltering
fabulous.
for a couple of days there, and but we made it through.
Mhm.
It was
You made it
all
through.
good.
That's good. So you've had some exciting things that you have just done this week. We were on Wednesday together, and then you had some other folks on. Tell us a little bit about it if we haven't gone over there.
Well, I just want to thank you for an amazing interview, Allie.
Oh,
I interviewed Allie, or we chatted together on my channel
had it.
on
Yeah.
Wednesday, and I had such really good feedback, and just it was a beautiful experience for me. I really felt it, and I was just really I thought that the important things that we discussed that I really want to discuss, like I'm here with you, and I hear you say these things, and I'm like, wait, Allie, let me ask you this. But we're here to do a job.
No
We're here
time.
to,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no time.
Uh-huh.
So it was just
Yeah.
really
Thank you, dear.
interesting to dive into those concepts. And I watched your show with the astrologer. Oh my gosh. He blew
The
my
guy is
mind right in the first 10 minutes.
his wisdom and knowledge of the ethereal, I guess, and it's one was wonder. I never even expected that as well as what we did end up talking about. But yeah, I think I could probably have him on 20 times and we'd still learn something new. He's very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. He
That's
seemed like
good.
he had
That's
a
good.
lot of experience. Yeah, and then I had the Crone Zone, Heather and Priscilla on my channel on Friday evening. We had a beautiful
Uh-huh.
discussion there about
Right.
just really an amazing spiritual concepts of about like perspective and where you're coming from, like the basic concepts and what we mean when we say things. I thought that was really
Yes.
important to say because I see some of the comments and I feel as though somebody may not have um I don't know, just all the background. And it's easy just to
Right.
breeze through some of these concepts, but
Uh-huh.
it's important to go back and define them so that our
It
understanding
is.
is complete.
Correct. Yeah, sometimes we'll
Yeah.
just say something and we'll think people know exactly what we mean, and that's why I felt it was important when I spoke with Andrea and Angela when they talked about the void, let's say, and I think people needed to know what the void was with regard to what they were talking about. So yeah, I understand completely. Yes, absolutely. That's great.
Yeah, so I thought
Yes.
it was really, excuse me, a good discussion to have. And then I had Kevin, the healing medium, on my show yesterday.
He's
It
fabulous.
was
Oh my God. Yes, he's
we,
fabulous. Yeah, he is.
he's really
He's been
good. He's
making the
really
rounds, I tell you. Yeah, yeah, that's good. You had him on
yeah.
first, though, I think. You were one of the first ones that had him on when he first started a channel, didn't you? And then this
Yeah,
is the second time? Or yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
He's
great.
we read well together. We come from the same heart space, and it's just a
Hmm.
beautiful. It's a very safe space, and the
Yes,
energy that we build, and the people in the chat raising their energy is just it was really interesting. And we had such an array of questions, different types of questions. It was interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Wow, that's
Mhm,
fabulous.
mhm.
Well, I had Wisdom Seeker Joan on, and we did our medium show, and I also had a show Friday night with Sharon, and it was so wonderful to connect with her again at Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot and talk a little bit about the differences between Canada education and political and American, and what a difference, honestly. And yet there's a lot of similarities as well, but it's nice to know a different vantage point of what we're looking at when it comes to the way things are done and run. So that was a lot of fun, and we had some great readings as well. I do want to mention to everybody that I did pull the names of the winners of my 3,000 subscriber contest, and Kiba and Mary Thornberry won cards. So if you're out there, make sure that you send me an email at heartandsoulconnected at gmail.com so I can have Amazon truck come to your home. And I have about, instead of pulling one reading, I pulled 10 out of the list that I had. And I've had 2 people tell me that they saw that. So check the list on my community page, see if your name was pulled, and then just send me an email about a good time that we can talk for a 15-minute free reading. Okay? And if you want a reading with Jean, she's always available for you for mediumship. I guess mediumship and or psychic. Is that what I would say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, make sure, and you know her SunPsychicJean here YouTube channel, and it's also in the notes for the show. Make sure that you like and subscribe, send her some love. She's
Thank you.
Itching closer to 1,000 subscribers. I'm watching you, and I'm watching you, and and I know it's not. It is your goal. Yeah, it is your goal.
Yes, that's what I'm inching towards. And I would love everybody's support. And I know that if you're already subscribed, you're like, well, what can I do? Just share it with a friend and say, look, can you help out a friend of mine? And if everybody does that with just one friend that you may know, and that would really help me out. Because once you get to 1,000, then I can do a lot more for everybody. And this is what I love to do. And you guys are really important to me.
Yeah, it's really, I don't think people realize that the importance of having the higher number of subscribers is the more we can do for you. And that is the truth. Having a community page is wonderful, and also being able to offer other things at that point. So that's the reason everybody always says, please like and subscribe. It isn't necessarily dollar signs we're looking for. We're just looking for encouragement and the ability to get back together and do more for the community. So.
It just categorizes you with YouTube, and they allow you to do things, and they put you on more things, and they promote and do surveys and things like this. And it's it really does help promote the channel, and it's free.
Yeah, it is. It is free. That's especially what Ron says all the time. Ron's unconditional. Doesn't cost anything. I'm like, thank you, Ron. Absolutely. You are so right. You are so right. All right. I'm trying to get some of the questions here listed up, but we always want to say hello to you. And we've got about 35 people in the chat. That's wonderful. Hello, Kiba. Okay. I got your cousin down here. And Jill, it's nice to see you. Marlene Audette, Sue, Butterfly Kisses, Lauren Hunsinger, Craig. Hi, Craig. Wiki Vicky. How are you? Watcher. Adriana Guevara, nice to see you too. Hypnicity, and that's Ilani, I think her name is. And let's see who else. We have Sharon's here. Oh, it's good to see you, Sharon. Viviani, Susan Beckett. Some new names here. Thank you for coming on and being with us. Cindy's Heart, Deb H, Viviani, Judith Juliet. Who else is here? Karen. Hi, Karen. And Terry Suzuki is in the house. It's good to see you, Terry. Star Midnight. Oh, hi, Gerald, Tarot Stash. If you haven't yet checked out Gerald's channel, that's Tarot Stash, everybody. I'm not, and no offense to anybody else in the chat, because I want you to check out everybody's channel. But Gerald is a funny guy. Oh my God. I sometimes I just start crying. I'm laughing so much. There you go. Jen's free. Linda Kelso. Yes, Linda, we are taking questions from the chat. Hi, Tana. I'm glad to see you back. Very good. Thank you, dear. Pierrette. Very good. Who else is here? Hi, Kelly. Happy. I hope you're enjoying the 4th day of your birthday, because you know what it's like. You know, a lot of people celebrate for the month, and I love that. That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
She's had some great birthday shows. I have to go back and watch your fire pit one. I'm sure that one is a lot of fun. So, All right. So I think I'll tell you who I have. And if I've missed anybody, let me know, please. I've missed a few people in the past and I don't want to do that. And I apologize for that. I have Kiba, Marlene, Adriana, Star Midnight, Wiki, Tana. Oh, Tana, I guess you don't have a question. Okay. Hypnicity. All right. So if there's anybody else that has a question for it, I know, Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. It is hard to respond because I have the slow mode on, and I apologize for that. We're getting a lot of trolls, and we're trying to mitigate the trolls. Yeah. Yes. All right. All right. I got you, Craig. There you go. Sharon, you're like me. I celebrate. Yeah. Oh, Terry, the fire pit was off the hook. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, wow. Ruth, you're gardening. Good. Good girl. You're grounding yourself to the earth. Yeah. Terry says, I love that Buddha in Jean's background. I agree. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Oh, Linda Kelser, I got your question. I don't know. Let's see. All right. I'm going to keep looking, but we'll go ahead and start because there's Tana. Okay. Very good. All right. So let's start out with Kiba, who's looking for a message from her late cousin, Dwight Jackson. He passed of throat cancer in the 2000s. Sure thing.
The first thing he's showing me is that he can sing, he can tone, he can create a sound, and it's such an angelic sound when he opens his mouth and he like belts out a note, which I will spare you guys from, but he's letting me know that this is all clear. It's all clear now, and it comes through with an angelic sound, that there's no disruption and there's nothing, no remnants of anything that he may have suffered here. He's letting me know that he feels very light and not not sluggish. He's saying he's very nimble and quick and darts around, and the mobility is great too. So I'm not sure if it restricted his mobility here. He's showing me that he's very nimble over there and able to dance around with his throat too. He's just showing me that it's all clear, and it's the angel. It's like sounds like the angels now. Dwight, what is important for Akiba to know? He's saying it matters not the cause of our departure from our human existence. Try not to define my experience in this incarnation with the single reason for my departure, and think of me as one who experienced a full lifetime, full human experience, all of the ups, all of the downs, all of the relationships, all of the joys. That I was there for many years and experienced many emotions, and this fulfilled my soul's desire. Oh, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah. Gone a long time, but the message is timeless. So Kiba, I got a kind of a funny something to say here in a way, because he says, when I got here, I realized I had a secret admirer that I never knew about when I was alive. And the only thing I can say is when I picked this one up, it was like, Yes, I remember going to a class reunion, and some guy at the class reunion said, I always wanted to go out with you on a date. And I said, what, what? Why didn't you ask? Oh, no, I was too nervous or whatever. So we all have secret admirers that we don't even know about. And so I think he found somebody. I don't know if they're on the other side or if they're, on the earth plane, that were really upset with Dwight leaving the planet. He said, I also found a new perspective of a lot of things in my life because, you get the broader view up here. And he said, it's amazing, Kiva. It's just amazing. He said, it's given me an epiphany or an awakening to what people are going through all the time. And he said, the biggest thing I learned is it's important to be communicative or have communication with those people that you love. Yep, throat chakra, definitely. We don't tell people enough that, we don't have to say, I love you, I love you, I love you 100 times, but we could say, I enjoy being with you. I really love your energy, or I love being around you, or I love that we did this together, whatever. Communication. And this is for a message from Dwight to everybody. Make sure you let people know how you feel about them, because it really does make a very big difference. Wonderful, Kiva. What a wise guy he is.
You'll have to let us know the name of that deck that has the words on the top and the gold sparkles on the bottom. That's a really a very good communication device.
It is. It's called the Infinity Oracle.
Oh,
and
wow.
I believe I got this on Amazon. So you can check it out. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. No, I agree. It cuts right. Sometimes people use it as clarifier, but I think that it speaks its own message. It doesn't really need a clarifier. So you didn't, Dwight was a dad I never knew he sang. Oh, okay. So you're getting to find out epiphany about him. So maybe that's another thing. You're having an epiphany. You're having a realization of things that he did that you didn't know about. Good. That's awesome. Thanks, Kiva. All right. Marlene Audette. Her mom passed away on August 15th, 2001. Oh, Marlene, can you put her name in? I forgot to ask you. Please put her first name into the chat so that we can see if we can contact her. All right. Jermaine. His name was Jermaine. Thank you, Marlene. Oh, her name. I'm so sorry. Her name.
Well, it's funny. Before you said the name, she told me that she was with the angels, and I think is Jermaine the name of an angel or a saint? But
wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
She's very soft and light and airy and very it feels like her energy is or her frequency is risen a little more outside of her personality. She's showing me a big heart, a beautiful heart, and what's important for Marlene to know? What's a message, a guidance you can give to Marlene? She's saying we've done this before. She's saying that you chose me as your mother, and I was honored to play that role for you. And she's saying that we will meet again and have lifetimes again as we have lifetimes before. She said our souls are forever connected. Please ask and invite me in. Invite in a conversation.
Wonderful.
And then listen for the subtle nuances. She's saying, I am guiding you, my dear. I am guiding you subtly with very, very soft nudges, very quiet nudges. She's so soft and so, I mean, she feels like she's angelic, but just so soft and gentle, very gentle soul, very gentle. Really
Beautiful.
neat. Beautiful.
Thank you. I have a message for you too, Marlene, but I want to say that if you haven't gone over to Butterfly Kisses Healing and watched some of her recent videos, which are outside in San Diego, La Jolla area, beautiful. And she even brought one in about the seals that are there on the beach. So get a chance to do that. They're very short and they're just the right amount. So, okay, Marlene. She says you might have to roll the dice on something. Apparently, there's something that takes a little bit of risk. You need to weigh what the risks are, but I think she's telling you to go for it. I really do. I think she's saying that. Because the next thing is clover, which is good fortune. You have luck on your side for whatever it is that you're deciding that you're going to do. And she says, make sure you have a prosperity consciousness. Make sure you're not taking away from anybody when you want that, because there's enough for everyone. Always is enough for everyone. But you have to believe that you deserve it as well. She said, if you're feeling trapped or feeling as though you're caged in, get outside and enjoy and I'll be right there with you walking along in the beautiful, sunshine. And she said, something's coming up because there's a celebration. Look at that. She says,
That's
and
nice.
when it is there, I'll be there. Don't you doubt that I won't be there, because I will. Thanks, Marlene. Thank you, dear.
All the best to you, Marlene.
Absolutely. All right. So Adriana Guevara is going through a breakup. I'm sorry to hear that. Her ex, Andrew, recently contacted her Tuesday. What are his intentions for me? Does he still want to work things out? All right. We'll take a look.
Well,
she's going to do the energy.
I would just ask if you want to work things out.
Yeah, true.
Is it important? True. I mean, you're here asking your question. Maybe we can do something to help you with your clarity. Maybe prepare yourself for either scenario and feel whether or not this is something you want. Like if he does present reuniting together, is this something that you would want? Or if he does not present a reuniting
online,
that you would be fine in either way, and to carry on with your life regardless of his actions. I really feel like this is, does he want to? I think it's important for you to decide whether or not you want to.
There you go.
And know that, and find this within you. And that, just that you'll be okay whether or not he does. Whether he does or he doesn't, you're okay. You're going to live your life. Like don't rely on somebody else's actions, behavior, or love to alter your sense of being.
Right. I agree with that. Problem is, she said, I'm still blocked from calling and messaging. I'm still blocked from calling and messaging him, so I'm waiting for him.
What does that tell you? I mean, that's a red flag right there.
It's really, I was married to a man. I was pregnant with my son at the time, and he couldn't decide if he wanted to stay with me. And I asked him to make a decision, and I asked him over and over to make that decision. And when I went to my therapist, I explained to him, to the therapist, what was going on. And she said, don't you realize that you have made a decision, or he has made a decision?
Right.
That
his indecision is the decision.
That he's going, the indecision is the decision. And if he's blocked you from messaging or calling him, that's a decision. And that tells me I want you only on my terms. So I'm guessing, and I hate to say that because we don't want to hear that. And I understand that because I never wanted to hear somebody tell me that. but I'm getting what's going on around you is there is some third party interference. I don't know if there's somebody else, if there's another person that's creating this problem, but look to your own self-worth, because you are absolutely the only person that you should be worrying about in this case. It's very important. And if he absolutely wants to get back with you, he's got to give you a very, very large apology that would include changed behavior and a plan for how he's going to come back into your life. So, I agree with the other ladies, that I don't know, I know he's going through a lot. Um, but if he wants to, then he would. You mean get a hold of you? Don't be too available. That's what I'm going to say. Don't be too available, because and Kate says, yes, don't wait. Kate says silence is the loudest word. And Terry says, don't wait, just live your life. And Tana has a lot of red flags up. So we certainly want the best for you, Adriana, always. But we also don't want to tell you something that we don't think is possible if it isn't possible.
Yeah, it sounds like you're putting your life on hold depending on what he feels or decides, but it's important for you to live your life and continue forward. And if it's meant to be, it will be. He will eventually catch up with you, but you waiting for him isn't going to do anything but cause yourself turmoil and angst. And it's important for you to move on and to carry forward and to do what's best for you in every moment of every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if there is a third party, they always say, oh, they're just a friend. Sorry, darling. I've just had this happen to me. And it's very, very painful. It's very, very painful. And, I'm not, it's going to take some time to heal, whatever you decide. So we send you a lot of love and healing.
And it's the universe telling you to move on as well. And it's the universe telling you that there's somebody else out there that's going to treat you right. There's somebody else out there that you're going to click with and really be like best friends with and say, this is effortless, because that's what relationships, I mean, not all the time, but this is what it feels like when you meet somebody that's balanced with your energy. You don't, it's
you don't have to push it. Yeah, you don't have to push at it. I mean, yes, you have to work at it because there's some work involved, but you don't have to push to make it happen. It just flows nicely, usually, as far as that's concerned, if you love each other.
And the more you wait for this guy, the less time you're given the next guy who is really nice and honorable and really wants to treat you right. Just think of it like that. Believe me, one door closes, another door opens. And this is, I feel, the universe. They say they make it uncomfortable for us, because if it wasn't uncomfortable, we would never move on. We would never change. So this is, yeah.
That's very true.
This is what they call a sign. They say, guides, give me a sign. This is your sign.
Yeah.
Somebody
and I didn't listen to my sign for about 6 or 7 months because I was pregnant with a child, and it wasn't a good thing for either one of us, me or the child, really. So, yeah. Take care, sweetie. We're on your side. Honestly, we are. Yes, thank you. Star Midnight, why is it so difficult to get along with coworker whose name starts with a J?
Okay. This is an opportunity for you to look and find out what your strengths are. What is this coworker showing you your strengths are? This is a lesson and an opportunity for you to learn about yourself. What is she telling you about yourself? Do you have patience? Do you have tolerance? Do you have compassion? Do you have skills, maturity skills? Do you have, just what is it about you? What is she showing you about yourself that you can learn about yourself, about your strengths? Or what is it about her behavior that bothers you the deepest? And perhaps take a look at that, maybe something in your past, and you may have need to forgive yourself if you may have, let's say gossip or something, forgive yourself for these things and understand that she's not at the maturity level or the emotional level or the spiritual level that you may be, and just kind of, offer a little bit of grace and take the high road. But
She also,
it is a lesson for you. It's not a lesson for her.
it is. And it also, she's showing you what you don't want to be. Absolutely what you don't, because we do have, we bring that energy into us to heal it. And I know Jean has talked about having this issue at her work before, a past job that she's had, and how she handled that. And, I agree with you, Jean. I have here that your success is assured if you do that. The sun is the most powerful card. By the way, everybody, if you wanted to know, these are the Golden Insight Oracles. Kate, I wanted you to know this, and I got them on Etsy. Golden Insights Oracles. All right.
Beautiful.
The other thing is that she knows how to cut you. She knows how to work against you with cutting remarks, let's say. But you also need to cut away any of your feelings and just remain
Neutral.
ambivalent, or neutral. Absolutely. And maybe a conversation with her, maybe a bit of a communication that you could open up with her, find something she likes, maybe talk about that. Or just say hello every morning and smile, and whether they do or not doesn't really matter. But it is something from your past that you're seeing. So it's something, yes, and that's what Jean just said. It could have been something somebody that bothered you in the past, and that could even be past life. I don't know. Could be that this person was in a past life with you. So try to heal it.
You know what somebody else is going through. She may be trying to take care of an elderly parent or a abusive neighbor, or maybe her son is on drugs, or you just never know what somebody is going through, and they're shut down and have these blocks for a reason. And maybe just send her some Reiki, send her some loving, healing energy, and don't take it personally.
Which is hard to do at times.
Yeah. Work is difficult. You get so many different personalities. All the best to you, Star Midnight.
All the best, Star. Yes, absolutely. I just want to share some good news from Jen's Free. Her mom shouted out her name, which is a big deal because her mom has Alzheimer's.
Wow.
And so we celebrate those small victories with you, Jen's Free, and the clarity that your mother had this morning. So she does know you're around her and with her and and that you love her so much. That's
and she could grasp the name. I think she always knows your energy is there, but she was able to grasp the name.
Remember her, correct. And have it. Oh, that's really great. Thanks for sharing that beautiful thing. That's very nice. Thank you, dear. So Wiki, aka Vicky, this morning I feel like I was being warned/blocked, but I don't know why. Was I? I would say your intuition will tell you that you were.
That's beautiful. I feel as though you were protected, that that you could sense this subtle nuance, this subtle change in the energy, and that you have you've either been praying or meditating for protection and surrounding with love and light and higher, frequencies, and you've been working on your energy and your auras. And sometimes, like, little negative thought forms could float into the aura or auric field, and I feel as though you are doing this. You are putting up this protection, and you could sense the subtle nuance. I believe it's you that did this, that you put an intention out, and this is what transpired from your intention.
So here's what she was blocked by: a flock of geese, a gate that was unusually closed on a weekend morning, and a blue heron that was on the sidewalk right on my path. That's beautiful. Yeah. So I got yes on my pendulum. I got affirmative on my cards. I want to know what a blue heron symbolizes. Let's see. Of course, it gives me golf courses and all that.
You're listening to these are the subtle nuances that the universe and the energies around you, but it feels as though that you set this up, that you asked for this, that your
Yep,
intention is for this. And that by noticing these things occurring in your life, you're noticing the subtle signs. This is the universe interacting with you.
absolutely. Absolutely. And here's what a blue heron, it brings messages of self-determination, self-reliance. They represent the ability to progress and evolve. The long legs reflect that an individual does not need great, massive pillars to remain stable, but must be able to stand on one's own.
Wow.
That's gorgeous. I love that. Yeah. It's I got here that your hard work is paying off. Let's put it that way. Your hard work has come to pay off for you because you're noticing the signs. Yeah. Yep. Isn't that great? Thanks for asking, because other people, Google can be your friend when it comes to if you don't have a book on animal meanings, and just put in the spiritual meaning of something. But the geese worked in tandem with this. They had to make an agreement to work in tandem with this heron. So that's awesome. Thank you,
But it
dear.
also shows everybody how important it is when we set our own intentions, how these things can manifest for
Absolutely.
us. And it may be the manifestation of the Lionsgate that was
Could be.
so powerful for you as well. But all of us can do this. Yeah.
And how we all work together. I'll never forget the story that a friend of mine said that, you see birds flying in like a V, and they fly that way because the aerodynamics of their wing flight patterns uplift the other bird and keep them afloat too. So it's working together for the greatest good. And sounds to me like there was some agreement there with regard to the geese
Wow.
working as well. So, all right, Hypnicity, what do you need to focus on to achieve your highest purpose? And yes, her name is Nalani, which is beautiful.
Oh, hi, Nalani. So this is, I think, Aley, I think it's very similar to what you and I discussed on Wednesday when we had our discussion. The most important thing for you to focus on is your own divine spark, to go
Mm-hmm.
within and to search your own inner being, your own inner guidance, your own inner spirit. Feel, sense, get to know, become familiar with, interact with your own intuition, people call it, your own guidance, your own spirit, your soul inside of your human essence,
Mm-hmm.
is the most important thing to focus on. But let me see if there is anything more from spirit.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying chakras too. Your energy field, your auric field, your chakras. Look it up. Try and get some. If there's many really good guided meditations for chakra clearing. So this is your own work on your own energy, and I'm not sure. Just that's what they're
Yep,
saying. Work on your own energy field. Wow, good.
that's really cool. Let me see what I got for you. Ooh. Okay. First thing I got was a wax seal. And you know that a seal, they used to use them and put a stamp on the back of a letter in order to seal it because they didn't have, gummy stuff on the back of an envelope. But it also is invitations and messages that you are getting. And somebody might share a secret with you that works for them. And that might work for you, or it might lead you to something that will work for you. So I got that. I also got, and we know that the double helix is really important right now, but I also got that we're all getting DNA upgrades. And once we do get that full DNA upgrade, and I think maybe in some cases some of us already do have that, what's going to happen is a lot more will be revealed to us, and that will put us on our particular pathway. But I also get here that the rosary comes up, and it's not really, it doesn't have to be a Catholic moment, but it could be that you're on a spiritual path, and you have turned away from the past and what you've done in the past and turned toward a more spiritual life, and that you just keep walking that path, because many paths lead to one. Not any path is better than the other. They're all the same. They just come in from different angles. That's all. It's like there's a big spoke of a wheel, and the wheel is the middle, and we come inside for ourselves, but we may come in from different angles and different denominations or interests. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thanks, Aley.
Thanks, Nalani. It's nice to know your name. It's such a pretty name, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
It is a pretty name.
She wants to go back to Hawaii because she was
Oh, Nalani
created there. Yes, she was, but she's never
Oh.
lived there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. She was the only place she was, inside mom, never experienced the outside. And so I hope she gets there.
That's
awesome.
very meaningful. That's it. That's like a yearning. That's like
it is.
yeah,
It's a yearning to go home to a place you've never been.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nalani, that's pretty.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? Jill, I'm going to share this because there's a couple things I just want to say. I like the idea that we know who we can get along with and how we can get along if we understand a little bit about astrology. The issue is this, that most of us present our rising signs as our personality. So I'm a Libra, but actually I'm a Capricorn rising. And so people see me as a Capricorn.
I love Capricorns.
I know. And they're very, they're very businesslike, and they and I have a Pisces moon, and my moon means I'm very sensitive, and because Pisces are very sensitive, and knowing the little bits about myself from those angles is so much fun. And I'm not an astrologer, but I know what my weakness is, and I know what my strength is. And I also know that I need to keep balance in both because I'm a Libra. So, and Aries is my opposing sign. So that must be what you are, Jill. And my brother's in Aries, and he and I had some problem in the past, but now we understand each other. So, it's all about all those other components of your chart. So thanks, Jill, though. I like that. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, dear. Hi, Craig. Is my friend John Raven okay? I'm guessing your friend John Raven has passed, and I think you wrote something. I'm going to go back and see if I can find out what you wrote. I think you wrote it later. Let's see if I can find it, Craig. Craig's coming back to the show on Tuesday. Dream Detectives, come by and see us. All right. Guess I can't find it, Craig. Oh, he passed in May of '89. Okay. Oh, Craig, it's not your fault, dear. Nothing's your fault. It was his own path, and he made his own decision.
What I'm getting when I'm looking into his energy is that he is he's assisting people, he's helping people, he's remedying situations. He wants to be of service and to be of assistance to people, to souls here on this earth, because of how he felt that he was not able to be of service to others while he was here. And this is almost like he feels as though it was a missed opportunity for him to be of service while he was here, because he didn't have the perspective to understand that this was the answer to his quest. He was searching and searching and searching and didn't realize, all he needed to do was to be of service to someone else in need, and it would help him in his own need. So he was always consumed and worried about his own needs, his own uh, troubles, his own um, misfortunes, or anything that happened to him. He was always most concerned about that. His focus was on that, where all he needed to do was to turn his focus and to help someone else in need, and that would be the healing medicine that he needed. He didn't know this until he went to the other side. Now that he's on the other side, he is assisting people and urging people, and being um, just I just see him being of service to others, humans in this on this world in this world, to help them to find their way. Oh, that's really different.
Yeah, it is very interesting. I love it when they do that. I think he was glad you asked the question, Craig. That's awesome. Well, he said he talked him into joining the service, and he always felt bad because his friend died in a robbery attempt. So, I think that would have probably happened wherever he ended up. But I get here that he actually really loves the freedom of being on the other side. The horse, he's like a wild horse, just going from one place to another. And he said, I didn't ever, my time, my clock, my time on that side was going to be short anyway, Craig. There's no need to be, blaming yourself for anything, because ultimately we all have free will. We can all make our own choices. Yes, you might have talked about going into the service, but I had to make that decision. You didn't sign my name to anything.
I'm getting that same thing, Aley.
Yeah. He said, this lifetime brought him a lot of life and growth, but he actually was very fearful and anxious, because life was a little overwhelming for him. So I think I sense that when he makes the decision to come back, and he will, that he's more knowledgeable as to what he's getting himself into, and I think he was happy that you brought him back and brought him into the conversation. I really do. I sense that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I got that same sense that he was the one who made the decision
Right.
to join. You didn't force him, and
Yeah.
and you don't, and you know, yeah, yeah, it was his decision.
It was his decision. Absolutely. Thanks for the question. Um, all right, so I have Linda Kelser, Tana, Susan Beckett, and Pierrette listed here. If I missed anybody that was previously posted, please repost right now, because I don't want to miss anybody. But I'm not taking any new questions. Okay, so if you did post and I missed it, then please do that for me. I would appreciate it. All right, Linda Kelser, do my guides have anything for me?
Hi, Linda.
Nice to have you here, Linda.
This is when we say spirit guides. Yay!
We love talking to them. Yeah.
It's a nice reprieve for sure.
It is. Yeah. Oh, good, Linda. I'm glad. Oh, see, the family knew you. Yeah, his family's loves you.
They're showing me a feng shui bagua, and it's an 8-sided symbol that has a yin yang in the center of it. So there is some sort of a balance work, or some sort of a energy flow that they want you to pay attention to. And they're also suggesting like something like Tai Chi, or there's another physical practice that's similar to that. I can't think of the name right now.
Qigong. Yep.
Yes. With energy. They want you to work and feel energy and feel the flow and get to know that bagua and the yin yang. They're asking you to become more familiar with energy. I'm not sure if you already work with your own energy, but now they're asking you to work on the flow and the feeling of energy. whatever
Yeah.
that show was. Robert De Niro was in that show where he goes like this, and then you go up, and then you come down, and then you swing around. I would love to learn that. If you know somebody, Aley, let's get them on the show because this energy sensing the flow of energy is so important. And this is what they're pointing out to you, Linda. So look
Mhm.
up Bagua.
Absolutely. And when I was in my 30s, I took Kempo karate.
Of
We used
course
to
you
do
did.
we, we used to do forms, forms. And so what I've done is I've slowed my forms down and tried to move my energy from what I can remember that I did then, because I can't do it fast anymore. You get older, but the slowing down of it and the breath work of it brings you such a release. It's wonderful. And I've been oh, I'm sorry, Linda, you're right. That's how you do spell it. I was doing it phonetically, and I apologize. I just wanted to make sure that you knew what it was. But it is a great practice. We had a meeting once at my husband's office with a Kijang guy who came in, and yeah, he did. But it was a while ago. So let me see what I can find out. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, the Bagua.
Yeah.
I don't know how do you spell Bagua, but and then just feng shui, FENGSHUE, feng shui, I think. And in
SUI. Yeah.
S, yeah.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
then the Bagua is, I think it's just how it sounds, BAGU
BAGUA, I believe. Yeah,
something.
I believe so. Yep. But yeah,
Um,
yep. And feng
yeah, the
shui. And
flow of
feng shui is
energy is,
right.
sorry, Allie.
No, that's all right, Jean. Go ahead. It's all right.
I was just saying that the flow of energy overall, that's the main message that they want you to focus on next. That's cool.
Absolutely. And it looks like things are moving in that direction. There's a grand symphony going on where all of the pieces and all of the parts, all of the musical instruments are working together in perfect harmony.
Wow.
And it says, just listen to the music, and the rose's kiss is there. Be like a little ladybug on a rose. Just take your time. And that exactly is how energy work is done too. It's done very, very deliberately, very slowly. But yes, the feng shui is the way that the room is set up for the energy flow. And you can find books on that at the bookstore if you need to. But actually, yes, Larika and I are doing a show on Wednesday about all things energy. So
Wow.
yeah, yep, that's true. So yes, you'll have to check it out. I haven't got it up yet because I haven't done my week ahead, but yeah. So yes, Larika and she came on and said, how about doing all things energy? And then there we go. Jean did not know that.
Who said that? Who said I knew it?
Awesome.
Somebody say I knew it.
No, I was saying you didn't know we were going to do that. All things
No,
energy.
no,
No.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
that's just what spirit showed me. That's funny. That's funny.
So Tana's going to step out of her comfort zone this week to go to a senior center. So Tana, you know what? Me being me, wear your mask, honey, especially if it's inside, because she hasn't been able to get the shots because she is immunocompromised. So be careful, dear. That's my only thing. But we'll pull on how it will go for you. Absolutely. Gonna meet some folks. That's awesome.
It'll be a really big breakthrough for you, Tana, because it's you taking your power back and making the step, taking action, even though there's hesitation, uncertainty, self-doubt. All of these things are weighing on you, and you are will just move forward without resistance, and you will have such a sense of pride, such a sense of accomplishment, such a sense of just your power, taking your power back. It'll be really good for you. It'll be really good for you, Tana.
It will be, Tana. I think so too. I get here that sometimes we go into a situation and it's like a double-edged sword. So not everybody in there is going to be your cup of tea, but that's anywhere you go. But I think you're going to find some folks that will be really cool for you to, be friends with and get to know a little bit more. And yes, it's time for your freedom. You've been kept back too long. Absolutely. And I know that you spend a lot of time outside. So invite your elementals to come with you, your nature spirits, your little fairies and your gnomes and so on, in your own mind. I don't mean, excuse me, everybody's coming in here, but you're bringing that piece of your world in there. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but you have the protection of those around, those little spirits and any guides and angels that you ask to be there with you. So ask your guides to come with you. Tell them to, bring you to a safe place. And I think that you will feel much better.
I feel as though you might meet somebody that you feel like you've known your whole life, almost that you like just click.
Uh-huh. That's awesome.
I feel like this is spirit guiding you here for a reason.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck, Tawny. You'll have to come back and tell us how it goes. I'd love to know. Yeah. And I'm glad you're going to wear your mask. You're a good girl. All right. Oh, I love that. You have a cup and it has bees on it. It says, "Be amazing." I love it.
Aww.
That's awesome. Susan Beckett, thank you for your question. You'd love a message from your dad. Do we have a first name? Can you put his first name in the chat for me? It helps Jean to see if she can hone in on him. Okay. All right.
He's trying to teach you a lesson. He's trying to whisper and get your attention and guide you. He's trying to be a dad. And this is why he keeps popping into your mind and you keep thinking about him. It's because he's around you and trying to not influence you, but sort of just guide you. What's another word for influence? Like
make you aware or bring you. Well, actually, this is it. Offer you a new perspective. Yeah. His name is Frank. Okay. Yeah, no, I got here that he wants you to open up to what he's saying, offers you a new perspective, and he's the divine masculine. He's your dad. Pretty cool.
Wow.
Anyway.
He's yeah. And maybe try to sit down and write a letter and say, "Dear daughter Susan," and just start making it up, creating. I know you're going to be doing this, Aley, but just write a letter to yourself and feel just, anything you feel he may say, or, just imagine what he may say and write it down. Mm-hmm. And you might be surprised what you see, what you find when it's done.
Yeah. He definitely wants you to open yourself up to a new perspective, though. And we all need to remain open to a new perspective because, sometimes we get so ingrained in the way our belief system or the way that things should be or supposed to be that we forget that there are other things out there for us to take a look at. And it doesn't mean you have to necessarily change everything about yourself. All it means is that you're able to see the other side, or you'll be able to take a little bit of what you find from it and maybe integrate that into a piece of who you are. But
consider the possibility of something a little different. Yeah.
Different. Thanks, Susan. Thank you. All right. Now, this is interesting. Pierrette is wondering if Edgar Cayce has a message for her. I can tell you that he was my first introduction to mediumship and healing. There's a lot of books written about him. He was the sleeping prophet. He would go into a trance state and actually would channel through things he didn't have any way of knowing. And so this was in the 30s.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a challenge that I'm going to accept. I haven't done this before. And I do like to do it with the ascended masters, the archangels, the goddesses, and things like this. So maybe I might treat it like that. And the energy that was once known as Edgar Cayce. What does this energy want all of us to know? Does this energy have a message for all of us? But you are. This is something that I am interested in doing. Some of the influencers and people who are way ahead of their time. I wanted to kind of get to know them a little bit. So let's see what he has to say.
Good.
The
Okay.
energy
So
that
try
was
something
once
new.
known as Edgar Casey. What is important for us to know today? He's very he's what I'm feeling right away is he wants you to record everything, make a record of everything. With this is a part of history, and it's very important to document so that the it's sort of like it'll change the paradigm of the collective, human collective. Once all of us write this down or record this in some way and make notation and follow progress and say, okay, this time I made it to here, and the next time I made it to there. And he wants you to record it and then analyze it, sort of like measure it. And he's saying that when we do this, each individual person does this. It's just like the 100th monkey, and we all record it, and it's on paper or it's on video somehow. That as individuals, once we do this, it'll be known throughout the collective that this is possible. Like it's almost like spreading the energy around throughout the collective. He's saying if you record it, it'll be a part of history, and it'll change every human's perspective or every human's experience just by you recording it. It's important for you to. He just keeps saying record, record.
Mhm, mhm.
And then
And he
measure.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, he had to have someone take down his notes, and now we just have that voice activated thing that you can just lay down and say you'd like to do this. And I'm getting that fortune is on your particular side, Purette, because you have a lot of access to energy, and you have some time because you're an energy worker. And it says here, past memories. You can tap into that. You can tap into past memories of others. You might even be able to do some past life regressions for some folks. That's what I'm getting here.
Wow.
Yeah, and it says here you're protected, but sometimes you might have to wait out the storm. In other words, there might be times that it won't work as well as you'd like it to, or it's not being directed correctly. It's practice, it's practice, it's practice. It says make sure to remain relaxed and calm because you will be, whoops, the other way. You will be presenting relaxation and calm in your session and help people feel that way when they're being talked to. So. Ooh, sounds great. We have one more. Um, but first, I want to say thank you to all my moderators and thank you to all of those in the chat. And we always appreciate, love, and enjoy you. And make sure you go over and friend Jean and like and subscribe to her channel as well, if you would.
Thank you, Aley.
Yeah, Watcher. I've planned on traveling for some time, postponed due to COVID, monkeypox, inflation. What else? Yeah, we understand. Is it a good time for me to start, or should I wait a year or so?
I'm going to just calibrate my pendulum and say,
Sure.
is now a good time to ask questions? It's saying yes. I'm going to ask, am I 7 feet tall? It's a definite no. I love saying that. Is um, is is it a good time for Watcher 999? What's you don't know her first name, do you? Is
I
it a
do.
good time for Watcher to begin to travel? Is it good for Watcher to begin traveling before the end of 2022? Says no. Is it a good time for Watcher to begin traveling by March of 2023? It's switching to a yes. Let me just try. It's really strong too. Wow, it's pulling. Okay. Is it a good time for a watcher to start traveling in January 2023? No. Is it a good time for a watcher to start traveling in February 2023? Yep. It's so February, March of next year.
Hmm.
That's a perfect time to get all those plans set up and book all those
That's true.
tickets. And
Very
yeah.
true. And get over some of the winter. Yep. So I have, I pull cards and I got, be health conscious. And that's for everybody traveling. I've got to travel next week sometime, and I've got all my masks and all my stuff to bring with me. And also to watch out if you're traveling for people with angry outbursts or any kind of problems, because we know that happens sometimes on aircraft, unfortunately. And it also says that you should, I got the ballerina, which means, you should perfect what you're going to do and where you're going to go. And yes, Jean, I think you're right. She needs a little bit of a head time in order to perfect where she wants to go. But then at that point, leap of faith. That's what it says. Yep. Take a leap of faith. As long as you've got your health taking, the best you can do. You've got that all on your mind, and you try to stay away from these people, and you got your thing all tracked out. Should be a good deal.
You can send your angels and your guides ahead of time to clear the way and allow only love and light energy in your path while you're traveling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I understand why you felt the need to wait. Being fearful is not the same as discernment. So sometimes discernment is what is necessary when it comes, what your gut is telling you might be a good idea. Being fearful is, oh, I'm never going there again. Oh my God, and I don't think you're like that. I sense that you're not like that. You're
Trust
just trying
your
to
intuition. Something was telling you to hang on. Just, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, there's somebody guiding you that you know what to do. You know the right thing.
Yeah. Your guides are right in your ear. Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Jean. I had a fabulous time per usual. And everybody, thank you and my moderators. Thanks, everybody. We shall see you next Sunday. Have a great day.
What a fun session. Thanks, everybody.
It was.
Bye-bye.
It was great. Thanks for the questions. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.